All right, welcome to my FX Buddies, the podcast. And I say podcast because there are other mediums on which you can enjoy this content. Spotify, Rumble, RSS.com. But everywhere I post, well, except for YouTube, I post as my FX Buddies. So yeah, I'm talking a little low, but I boosted the internal whatever. So the sound should be okay. And after I do this one, I'm going to put it back to where it was. It is really late, but I wanted to do this, and I just keep looking, and I just keep finding more stuff. All right, so let's see. I want to say thank you for the thumbs up. You guys are awesome. Hitting that thumbs up button on YouTube. And if you'd like to subscribe at 11 minutes and 11 seconds, a little icon's going to pop up in the right bottom corner. You could tap on that and easily subscribe. That's free also. So, other than that, I do have to explain to you how to get to the blog because that's my favorite way for you to engage in the content. So, the blog is parked at myfxbuddies.blogspot.com, but that's a lot to remember or type in. So wherever you are interacting with this content, look for a prompt of more info, intro, description, something of that nature. You click on that, and then there'll be a link. The link is usually in blue, and you tap that and you'll be at the blog, the free blog. You don't even have to put your email address in, and I don't sell you anything. Not yet, but let me tell you, we still, anyway, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I was going to say something, but it would have been a joke to me, but the people on Edge wouldn't have thought it was funny. Okay, anyway, so September 2nd, this will not make it. It's almost the 3rd now. So this is going to post as the 3rd, but for September 2nd. All right. So look at this. I'm really not happy about this, but that's the way it's going. And also, you need to pay attention when you go to a bank or a financial institution. They're going to try to give you a wallet. You don't want a wallet, or I don't know, maybe you do. But make sure you understand the difference between an account and an electric wallet or digital wallet, okay? So this just came out. They tweeted it, so clearly they're excited about it. The central bank launches new services via electronic wallets. All right, so, and I didn't even change the title. It's very short article. It's on the CBI website. The Central Bank of Iraq announces the launch of reciprocal money transfer services via e-wallets, enabling individuals and business owners to conduct their financial transactions with greater speed and flexibility. So I'm thinking it's maybe like Cash App or Venmo or something. Maybe, right? It's a wallet. And reciprocal, meaning you could send to me, I could send to you. I don't know. These services include exchange money transfers between validated permanent wallets of various service providers, reciprocal money transfers from permanent verified wallets to merchant wallets of various providers during purchases. So, and that must mean that the merchants are ready, right? If they're advertising this, the merchants are ready and the various providers are ready with their wallets also. The launch of this step represents a qualitative shift in the path to enhancing financial inclusion, supporting digital transformation efforts, facilitating the movement of funds. I want some funds moving to me, right? Hey. Anyway, supporting the business sector and expanding the use of financial technologies in Iraq. And you can see that's CBI September 3rd. So this is what I was going to use as the star or headline article, whatever. Iraq launches a strategy for digital transformation and keeping pace with global developments. So this guy, he is chairman of the Communications and Media Commission. So remember, for the past 2 days, what have they been saying? We need a community awareness program. And here he is, Media and Communications. So, yeah. And I forgot to show you guys this yesterday. This was a really big story yesterday. And I think I touched on it. Wait, it's not there. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's on their Twitter. This is the CBI's. I know it's X. I know. But I don't like saying X. I like saying Twitter, okay? And look at this, auto-translated by Grok. But yeah, so this is the name of the program. And what is it? Campaign to raise awareness about electronic payments. Remember I said they were going out? And I said at least these guys, they're not dressed in a camouflage. See, they're dressed in like polo shirts. There might be some more pictures. Let's see if it will open. So, yeah, this was a big story over the weekend. But so here's the sunglass. Look at that. Some pretty nice shades, right? So they're going and see, it doesn't, looking here, I don't know how they're taking money. I don't see a cash register. I don't see a point of sale machine. So I don't know how they're ringing up stuff, right? Here's the perfume one. I think he has one. There's something over here that's wired, but maybe that's his cell phone. Maybe he's charging his cell phone. But yeah, so see, they're out going into the stores saying, hey, do you have a point of sale machine? You know, you're supposed to be taking digital payments. And then there they are showing that guy how to probably sign up on his phone. All right, so I meant to talk about that yesterday, but like I said, I forgot. All right. So they're really trying to get the people on board. And yeah. So Iraq is working diligently to develop national policies in the telecommunications sector in line with modern international trends by adopting smart systems to build advanced digital paths in an innovative environment that accommodates rapid technology transformations. And I don't know, they've taken so long now. I don't think it's rapid anymore, right? All right. So Sadani is heading to Oman. I don't think he's there. Yeah, he'll be there Wednesday. So I talked about this morning with some friends. I'll say some friends. And I was like, I think he's going over there to ask for help. Because they said this trip is described by some as regular diplomacy, while others see it as an attempt to rearrange the political and economic cards in the region. And then remember, Oman was a mediator between us and Iran. So then look at this. This came out later in the day. Is Saddam knocking on Muscat's door to enter the White House? See, Saddam's like, look, I need some help. And you're apparently on good terms with America. Can you help me? But, you know, they're just guessing, just like me. But that was my first thought. That was my first thought. So it says at a critical regional moment, Sudani is knocking on Muscat's door. And Muscat is somewhere in Oman. I don't know if it's the capital, but it's one of their cities or whatever. Knocking on Muscat's doors with a visit that goes beyond protocol. So it's not a state visit, state to state visit. This is like impromptu. That's not the word I want, but that's the word that's coming to my brain. Spontaneous. Attempting to escape I'm not going to say that word there, but the pointy part of a pew pew. And that's why I couldn't even show you the picture. The image they have here is, wow. It has a pew pew in it, which is why I can't show it. So yes, I know other people get away with showing stuff and saying stuff, but that's other people. I gotta be careful. All right, let's see. So while they assert that Sudani is seeking mediation in Oman with the White House, which has repeatedly refused to receive him over the past 2 years. Ouch. Did they really just put that out there like that? Others interpret the visit as a sign that Iraq's diplomatic channels are closing. And that's pretty sad, too, after all this time and everything that he's done. And, it could be smoke and mirrors, but I just want you to know, look how long that is. It's gone through the history of what Oman has done. Plus, since playing mediator, Oman has signed some contracts with Iran. So, it may be, like I said, smoke and mirrors. And then here, though, look, Sadani met with the U.S., but the military or security, see, continued security cooperation. So if you want to read that, it's basically, they're just saying the partnership between Iraq and the U.S. has achieved significant results that serve the interests of both countries and have contributed to enhancing security and stability locally, regionally, and internationally. And also, there's another article, but it won't translate, which they're doing to me more and more. So it's a previous U.S. commander or something or another. And he's like, we're not leaving Iraq. We're never leaving Iraq. I'm like, why is anyone even talking to him? If he's a farmer or whatever, why are they talking to him? Right? Because that's exactly what Iran wants to hear. So they can say, look, they're never going to leave. They're lying to you, right? But, and they probably know. So here's, I'm going to skip this, but if you want to support, you are welcome to, and thank you in advance, and I appreciate, big or small, $5 or $50. Let me tell you, it all helps. Okay, so these are all about the Kurds or something happening in Kurdistan. And as I was reading these, I was like, you know what? It's like we're watching the development of Kurdistan. Like they've been on the back burner. And all of a sudden, under this administration, they're being revived. And doggone it, I forgot one article. I'm not gonna pause because it's already late. But they even have their own code now for the Iskada. I think it's the Iskada system. There's been a couple of different articles, and the letters have been different in each article. So I'm thinking it is them. It's that system. The Kurds have their own code for that, so that they might as well be an independent country, right? So I don't know. It didn't say the date that they'll start using it, but it's been approved. They've been approved to use their own code. Okay, so. And then this says what else? And actually, this is the most recent article. What else is the KRG talking about today besides salaries? So this is their government. Look at how big it is. It's almost the same size as the Baghdad one. So the that I, it looks like the meeting happened, and they did discuss the oil revenue, but there's no article saying yes they met and this is what they talked about, except this. In the middle of this, it says the delegation which returned to Erbil from Baghdad last night will participate in today's meeting of the Kurdish region's government and will discuss the details of the problems between Erbil and Baghdad meeting. So, see, that's another reason why it takes so long. They meet, things are said and done, possibly done. Then they have to go back and they have to tell their government, okay, this is what we talked about. Do we agree on this or not? Right? And then it says they're going to meet again Thursday. So we'll see. But so they talked about driver's licenses and some other stuff. So if you want to read that, you can. But see, here's how will the fate of other salaries be decided? If you want to read that, you can. They're still focusing on that $16. Everything's the same. Yeah, see. Then here, a delegation from the Kurdistan regional government will visit Baghdad tomorrow. So we'll see. Now it's saying Wednesday. Because remember, it was Thursday, and I was like, I don't think they're going to meet on Thursday. Thursday's a holiday. So it looks like they moved it up forward. They moved it up one day, I mean. All right. Now look at this. The establishment of the National Bank is in the final stages. And where is it? In Kurdistan. How is Kurdistan having their own national bank? Because they're turning into their own country, right? And I really like this picture. It reminds me of the Robin Hood, Batman, and look, I said Robin Hood. Batman and Robin, when they would kick and they would show kapow and they'd have that thing. That's what this background right here reminds me of. But you know what that is? The Kurdish flag has a sun on it. And that's what that is. It looks like that. But yeah, so I thought that was a neat image. But yeah, it says the National Bank will be directly affiliated with the CBI and will operate with an advanced system. Then why have it? Right? But they are going to. Um, electronization. Yeah, I'm not saying that word right, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? Electronicization of the financial system will be among the first tasks. It can also provide dollars to Kurdistan's currency markets. Why? But whatever, right? It also encourages the banking system in the Kurdistan region to be modern and reliable and promotes the business sector. So you see why I said it looks like we're seeing the rebuilding of Kurdistan, the building of Kurdistan. The National Bank will start its operations in the near future. Now, we haven't heard that. Not the coming days, not the coming period, but the near future. So, what, 2 years from now? But, yeah, it was established in 2023. So it's been sitting and waiting. And here we are. Okay. So here's our government sought to find constitutional solutions to the financial entitlements of the Kurdistan region. And these people that he met with are Kurdistan Justice Group. So they want justice. The financial crisis is deepening social and family problems in Kurdistan. So if you want to read this, it's pretty sad. It's talking about the decline in purchasing power. See right here? The financial crisis has led to decline in citizens' purchasing power. And then it goes on to talk about stress, not working. It's the frustration and anger among employees, threatening to exacerbate social and family problems. So if you want to read that, and it just, I mean, this could be anywhere where society has moved to money, right? Which where is there one that hasn't, right? And then now we're at a time where inflation is high globally, right? So things are not as affordable as they were. Psychological stress and class disparities. You see that? So it's not just happening here in America. It's, just the way of life, unfortunately. And all the more reason why you would think they would do that, right? If the people have more purchasing power, they'll feel like they have more money, right? We will have more money and we'll start spending, and the rest of the world will follow us like as they do. All right, let's see. So here's about Parliament. Parliament's done. It says that they're going to try to have a regular session, and it says January 6th is their term. So that's very interesting because I think they get voted on in the election. The members of parliament are who people vote for. That's why they're out now campaigning. So I'm a little confused by this, but what's new? But yeah, so the legislative elections for the House of Representatives will be held on the scheduled date of November 11, 2025. So we'll see. I'll keep my eye on that. It'd be nice if we weren't here to have to keep our eye on that. But this is another article. This is about him meeting with the oh yeah. Let's see. So he's meeting with the military security people, whatever you want to call it. And he met with Admiral Cooper, whoever that is. They praised Iraq's role as a model of successful I can't say that word. Counter fighting back. Okay, I'll say that. Cooperation. Reiterating his commitment to building on the successes achieved, continuing security cooperation, and strengthening strategic communication in the coming period. So let's see. This is Mohammed Saleh. I put this at the bottom because only certain people are going to want to read these last two. Oh, let me see. Okay, I squeezed this one in. So I'll talk about this one just really quick. It's another Mohammed Saleh article. And he says the 2025 budget faces declining oil prices and requires financial discipline, right? And then he lists the laws. But did you see today Brent crude almost got to $70 from, not from supply and demand, but from things that are happening in the region. And did you see what happened with us in Venezuela and a certain little boat that was trying to get away? If you didn't, you might want to look that up. Okay. So finally, they come out and say, listen to this. But recent changes, most notably the decline in oil prices, have imposed new financial challenges. Hold on. Thank you, Ray. Good night, everyone, and good morning to some. All right. So, yeah, that is interesting. And then the second paragraph right here says they're going back to the budget is 90% oil revenues. So that's not good either. Okay, so these other two I'm not really going to talk about. I mean, just because, like I said, not everyone's going to be interested in it. But Parliament wants to again question Sadani. I don't know about what, but they've done everything they're supposed to do to request that he come to them and basically be interrogated. So we'll see if he does that or not. He did it before. I don't see why he wouldn't do it again. And then this one is Muhammad Saleh again talking about the remarkable success they're having in recovering funds from abroad. And yeah, that has nothing to do with the RV. I'm happy for them. And what are they going to do with those funds when they get them? But it's just not an area that I focus on. But I know some of you do like to read articles like that. So I put those at the bottom. All right, so we're going to wrap this up, like I said, because it's late. Well, it's early now. So we'll see tomorrow. Well, it's Wednesday. And we'll see if we get any permanent information, or not permanent, solid information about the meeting that took place. And I really want to see if Sadani's going to talk about what he talked about in Oman. That'll be interesting as well. And yeah. So thank you again. I will say thank you. Don't forget to tap that thumbs up button on your way out. And you don't even have to leave, because right before this video ends, a little square pops up that has the last episode. If you missed that, you can click on that and you'll get a twofer. Yeah, you'll get to see yesterday's episode. All right. So thanks again. Thank you for the comments. I don't think I got back to everyone, but I'm going to do some more right now. And yeah. So accumulate while we wait for the rate to appreciate. Don't miss any meals and pay all your bills. Enjoy the rest of your morning, night, noon, whatever time frame you are indulging in this content. And until next time.